Join me as I challenge myself to uncover the sneaky cancer warning signs that most people overlook. Let's see if we can spot them together. Cancer is a word that can evoke fear and anxiety in anyone. But what if I told you that there are signs and symptoms that can warn us of its presence, long before it's too late? Today, we're going to talk about the sneaky cancer warning signs that are often ignored, and how being aware of them can literally be a lifesaver. Early detection is key when it comes to fighting cancer. The sooner we catch it, the better our chances of beating it. But how many of us actually know what to look out for? We're often so caught up in our daily lives that we overlook the subtle changes in our bodies, dismissing them as trivial or harmless. But the truth is, our bodies are incredibly intelligent, and they often send us warning signals when something is amiss. The question is, are we paying attention? Are we listening to our bodies and taking those signals seriously? Or are we ignoring them, hoping they'll just go away? Let's face it, cancer is a scary topic, and it's natural to want to avoid thinking about it. But the more we know, the better equipped we'll be to face it head-on. So, let's dive in and start exploring those sneaky warning signs that we often ignore. One of the biggest misconceptions about cancer symptoms is that they're always dramatic and obvious. We imagine someone being rushed to the hospital, diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, and undergoing intense treatment. But the truth is, many cancer symptoms are subtle and can be easily written off as minor issues. Take back pain, for example. Most of us have experienced it at some point or another, and we usually attribute it to a pulled muscle or a bad night's sleep. But what if that back pain is actually a sign of something more sinister? What if it's a warning sign of cancer? The problem is that we often dismiss these early warning signs because we don't think they could possibly be related to cancer. We think we're too young, or we're too healthy, or that we're just being paranoid. But the reality is that cancer can affect anyone, at any age, and in any stage of life. Another common misconception is that cancer always runs in families. We think that if we don't have a family history of cancer, then we're somehow exempt from the risk. But the truth is, most cancer cases are actually sporadic, meaning they occur without any family history. We also tend to think that cancer always causes obvious symptoms, like lumps or pain. But the reality is, many cancer symptoms are asymptomatic, meaning they don't show up until the disease is advanced. Then there's the myth that cancer is always a death sentence. We think that if we're diagnosed with cancer, it's game over. But the truth is, cancer treatment has come a long way in recent years, and many types of cancer are now highly treatable, even curable. So, what are these sneaky cancer warning signs that we're ignoring? One of the most surprising signs is facial swelling. If you notice your face, eyelids, or neck swelling, it could be a sign of kidney cancer. Another common sign is nipple discharge. If you notice any unusual fluid coming out of your nipples, it could be a warning sign of breast cancer. Rectal bleeding is another symptom that's often overlooked. We tend to think it's just a side effect of eating spicy food or having a stomach bug, but it could actually be a sign of colon or rectal cancer. Then there's the importance of paying attention to our moles. If you notice any unusual changes in the shape, size, or color of a mole, it could be a sign of skin cancer. Indigestion and heartburn are also common symptoms that are often ignored. We tend to think they're just minor stomach issues, but they could be signs of esophageal or stomach cancer. Unexplained weight loss is another symptom that's often overlooked. We tend to think it's just a side effect of dieting or exercising, but it could be a sign of pancreatic or lung cancer. If you're experiencing any unusual lumps or swelling in your neck, armpits, or groin, it could be a sign of lymphoma. Fatigue is another common symptom that's often ignored. We tend to think it's just a side effect of exhaustion or stress, but it could be a sign of leukemia or lymphoma. Bloody urine is another symptom that's often overlooked. We tend to think it's just a side effect of a urinary tract infection, but it could be a sign of kidney or bladder cancer. If you notice any unusual changes in your bowel movements, it could be a sign of colon or rectal cancer. Coughing up blood is another symptom that's often ignored. We tend to think it's just a side effect of a bad cold or flu, but it could be a sign of lung cancer. Unexplained pain in your joints or bones could be a sign of bone cancer. If you're experiencing any unusual changes in your vision, it could be a sign of brain cancer. Abnormal vaginal bleeding is another symptom that's often overlooked. We tend to think it's just a side effect of hormonal changes or menopause, but it could be a sign of cervical or endometrial cancer. If you notice any unusual changes in your skin, such as new moles or growths, it could be a sign of skin cancer. One of the most surprising signs of cancer is difficulty speaking or swallowing. If you notice any unusual changes in your speech or ability to swallow, it could be a sign of throat or oral cancer. Another common sign is unexplained changes in your appetite or taste. If you notice you're no longer enjoying your favorite foods, or that food tastes different, it could be a sign of pancreatic or stomach cancer. If you're experiencing any unusual changes in your menstrual cycle, it could be a sign of cervical or ovarian cancer. Now that we've explored some of the sneaky cancer warning signs, let's talk about the most surprising or lesser-known signs. One of the most surprising signs is a rash. If you notice any unusual rashes on your skin, it could be a sign of skin cancer. Another common sign is a persistent cough. If you're experiencing a cough that just won't go away, it could be a sign of lung cancer. Unusual changes in your fingernails or toenails could also be a sign of cancer. If you notice any unusual discoloration or thickening of your nails, it could be a sign of lung or liver cancer. If you're experiencing any unusual changes in your sleep patterns, it could be a sign of brain cancer. Abnormal breast milk production is another symptom that's often overlooked. If you're experiencing any unusual changes in your breast milk, it could be a sign of breast cancer. One of the most surprising signs of cancer is a persistent feeling of fullness. If you notice you're feeling full even when you haven't eaten, it could be a sign of ovarian cancer. Let's recap the key sneaky cancer warning signs we've discussed today. Remember, awareness is key when it comes to cancer detection. The more we know, the better equipped we'll be to spot those early warning signs and take action. Thanks for joining me on this journey to uncover the sneaky cancer warning signs that most people overlook. If you have any personal experiences or questions, please share them in the comments below. If you want to learn more about health awareness or cancer prevention, if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and click on the bell for more health tips and updates.